The show's called Invincible. Then why can I see it?
Invincible is a show that kinda came out of nowhere and shocked everyone back in 2021. Based on the Robert Kirkman comic of the same name, Invincible featured a deep and compelling story with interesting characters, and even some pretty funny comedy. So I think it's no surprise when I say that myself and everybody else was incredibly excited when Season 2 was announced, and hoped for an experience that would be on par, if not better than the original. So now we ask the question, did it live up to its previous season's greatness? Yes, it is on par with the previous season in terms of quality. But there is a catch that stops it from being better than the previous season. Allow me to explain what I mean as we dive into The story kicks off shortly after the events of Season 1, and follows Mark Grayson, aka Invincible, who is still grieving after the events of the previous season. This season follows Mark's new adventures as he deals with his school life, love life, and superhero life all at the same time, which ends up with him crossing paths with a new formidable foe known as Angstrom Levy, who has the ability to create portals to other universes. Mark also has to deal with the looming threat of the Viltrumite Empire, who seeks to enslave Earth by any means necessary. When I started watching Season 2, I was worried about Angstrom being the villain. I think I can speak for everyone when I say that we've had enough experiences with multiverses, especially in superhero media. But to my surprise, the show actually handles it really well. It doesn't have the multiversal aspect take control of the show by focusing on the characters, which is the real strong suit of the show. I personally feel the show is equal to the first season in terms of quality, because there is a lot that Season 2 does better than Season 1, like character interactions. But I also feel that there are aspects of Season 2 that were done better in Season 1, like plot progression. Let's start with what Season 2 did better. The character interactions are just as good, if not better, than Season 1, with more spotlight being shown on characters that didn't get a lot of time to shine in the previous season, as well as introducing new characters which are just as interesting. The show also seemed to react to the backlash of Season 1 really well. I'm of course referring to Amber. Amber was insufferable in Season 1, and was widely considered to be the worst aspect of the first season. So, in Season 2, the creators responded by making Amber a better character. Now she's likable and understandable, and while she still is the least interesting character, at least she isn't unbearable anymore. Now for what Season 1 did better. Plot progression in Season 1 was constant and flowed extremely well. Every single scene and episode in the first season had a clear and concise purpose. Season 2, on the other hand, has a much messier plot progression, with more episodes that seem more like filler and padding. You could make a drinking game out of every time two characters just sit and talk to each other while looking over a city, which the first season also had, but it used these moments sparingly to add weight to what was happening. And when you use these moments all the time, it ends up making your show move at a slower pace, which isn't what you want. Another slight downside is the lack of J.K. Simmons as Omni-Man. He does appear in this season, but only sparingly, which is a real shame because J.K. Simmons' incredible performance is a huge part of what made Season 1 so amazing. This part is more of a nitpick than anything, but I do feel a lot of the emotion is lost with his absence, and that it's something notable to point out. The animation is still very good, and is better looking than a lot of adult animation nowadays. I love the modern mentality that we have now, that adult animated shows are allowed to look visually appealing, with shows like Smiling Friends, Blue Eye Samurai, and of course, Invincible. The fight scenes are also amazing. Most superhero fights nowadays feel weightless and empty, so it was nice to see a show that has superhero fights that have weight, and are remarkably grounded, which is benefited by the medium of animation. In summary, Invincible Season 2 is a great show, worthy of being a successor to Season 1. but not great enough to reach higher than its predecessor. With fantastic visuals, characters, and story, Invincible Season 2 is a show that's well worth watching. That's all I got for now. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and hit that bell icon to be notified for whenever I make a new video. The next TV show review should be Fallout, but I also talk about movies and video games on this channel. So if you're interested in that, or interested in supporting the channel more, then go check those videos out. Okay, that's it. Bye.